David Matthews.
Thanks, Rick. I'm not very good with mechanical devices. Let's see if I make this a little higher. This is Notes to One Who Is Far From Here. Clouds burst apart and spill at sunset like watercolors on the edge of the sky, while jazz washes the street like it's raining burgundy wine. And the kind of beauty that takes away your breath hangs in the air, like your voice in the fog, and for a moment lingers there. Poems once sang, rejecting metaphor, embracing an absolute composed of triangle and rose. The poems are more contemplative now. Perhaps it's a stage of life. Maybe we've all changed, pt3. In dusk, demi darkness, and twilight mood, there stands a young girl from Peru. She is lost in a painting by Chagall or someone like him. On a long summer evening, as night grows slowly darker, I imagine you are with me. We are walking to the theater where Children of Paradise plays. You chastise me for never having learned French, and your voice, with its traces of Spanish tones, makes even English sing, bright and clean as the moon shining on your skin. See how much I recall? You loved Vallejo the poet, and told me Gregory Corso had my style. But Budbrooks was difficult to understand fully. Too much high culture. See, I remember. Dreams and sticks and paper cups, and dragonflies fluttering in the breeze. I passed through a night that was beautiful and still, but I was running too fast to see what was there. The fireworks and rockets exploded in air, and tears fell like leaves in autumn till they covered the ground at our feet. Now, I am reduced to visioning you as on a screen in the cinema, seen in a fog of Draculan castles, on Germanic hilltops, where lines of poetry mingle with Marxist slogans while we dance to the ringing notes of an old guitar. You and Janos once told me you did not think of me as an American. I liked that. Now you are in Europe, and I am in America, still foreign to me as any Nepal or Madagascar of my imagination. I confess sadly, I wrote you a poem once. Was too foolish and shy to tell you who it was for or what about. So I pen another now, and I'll make it a gift to you. Someday when we stumble upon one another in a Parisian cafe or on the rocky coast of Greece or even the mountains of Nicaragua, pt3. You will greet me in French, and I will amaze you by answering. And we will both laugh so hard the mountains will tremble. It will be my first laughter in years. And I will compose a poem that sings for you, and the wind will blow your hair hanging darker than night, enveloping your face. And the sun will crash into the sea, while towers of the city rise up like mandolins ascending into the sky. Not that there aren't lots of good poems in Rick's book, there are. I wrote this poem almost 10 years ago, and on the approach of my 50th birthday, I teeter on the brink of adulthood and dubious maturity. Disinclined to genuflect before the Tao, indifferent to possessions, but for books and running shoes, downwardly mobile and marginally employed, I remain at heart a card-burning member of the far-left lunatic fringe. I take my stand, poet by choice and by chance, chained to the wings of the sky. Moonburned, my brain cobbles a lyric of grace. A mythics of rebellion adorns my beat portfolio. Rumor and fate tolerate these ruins of rhyme. I take my stand with Milton and Blake of the devil's own party and know it. I take my stand, my history writ in the solitude of rented rooms, in the clangor and crush of bars where I have done time, arm in arm with friends more stranger now to me than the ones whose names I do not know. There, on the flickering silver screen of memory, we hoist a pint to entropy and hoist a pint to beauty and step out to face what demon dog awaits us each at the crossroads in the deep dark of our night. I write my history to discover my history in the song and dance of time. Words faded on delicate pages, frayed and gray, bound by broken spines, fill the shelves of dimly lit back basement libraries of the mind where I roam, a student for the duration. I write my history. Dostoevsky at the roulette table is true as Dostoevsky when he imagines the Grand Inquisitor, and Bukowski at the typer no more nor less true than old Hank recklessly eyeballing that college chick whose eyes are flares that bathe her face with a halo of promise that reveals nothing. I write my history and stand minute before those sculptures in the garden, au Musée Rodin, those chunks of bronze whose eyes are flares that bathe insensible stone with breath and reveal the mystery that remains always behind everything. I write my history in the magic and dark of the cinema, when Lee Volman and Bibi Andersson lose themselves in one another in persona, when Baptiste the Mime leaves wife and son behind and pushes desperately through the festival crowd and cries, "Garance! Garance!" and loses her again. When Bacall tells Bogart how to whistle, when young Jean Moreau races across that bridge with Jules and Jim in breathless pursuit, that is my history. When the children cry out to Alyosha, "Karamazov, we love you! Hurrah for Karamazov!" When Rimbaud goes out in the morning with a look so lost and a face so dead that perhaps those he passes do not see him, that is my history. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Curtis? Okay. Thank you. We're making things up as we go along. So Judith Pullman, coming up. Judith, yeah. Okay. Judith is somebody who has the rare ability to combine charisma with craft. And she is one of the most wonderful poets in Portland. And it is a real honor to open up the stage to her, and here she is.
So nice, thank you, Melissa. Wow, yay. Yay, happy birthday, Curtis. Where'd he go? There he is. Shall we sing at one point? Maybe later? Should we like embarrass him, maybe? Should we all sing now or later? Yeah? Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Curtis. Happy birthday to you. point I was telling my ex-boyfriend, or my boyfriend at the time, that I had this book of Greek myths, and there was a really, I was like, oh, the picture of Andromeda is so cool, you know? She's like tied to this rock, and then there's this evil beast rising over the sea, and then we looked at it again, and it was like, yeah, the most awful thing I'd ever seen. It was like so unsexy. I was like, oh, it's a sexy picture, and there's like this blob in the sea, and yeah, it's not sexy. But anyway, this is On the Rocks. Andromeda, the stars are not your friends. Though you implore them at every click of the horizon towards black, they only have ears for each other, for other large bodies of gas. Though the gulls rapidly chatter above your head while you sing them plaintive odes, they care only for dinner's approach on the purple waves. Everything natural has conspired against your red curls, and why not? Who promised sweetness? Income tax returns are pipe dreams, and karma a children's fable to censure bullies. Why do you not struggle? Learn locksmithery, barter your eyes for birds' beaks, and chip at the stone. You are not God, nor beast, nor man. You are flesh on a rock, waiting for the mouth of the monster. Andromeda, root of my regrets and story behind every bud under frost, how we keep escaping these crags is a bloody wonder. Sad okay. And David Matthews and I both have the same artist on one of our chapbooks, which is nice. And Curtis, did you? Oh, no, okay, never mind. Okay. I want to at some point. You want to at some point, okay. This is an old poem. My mother had a lot of scars. It's called Marks Unspoken. Mother, 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 listen. We never spoke of your tattoos. Never. One silent night you showed me, put finger to my stunned lips, and revealed your body covered in Lazarus lines. So many tattoos testifying I am a maybe angel. Singing, I am a walking scientific miracle. Screeching, the blades still glint pain me. Begging, can you love this? So many tragic hopeful tales boldly body traced. We unspoke them, chastening them with our throat-lumped quiet. I bore witness to that breathing, desolate flesh that bore me, organ meat today, birthing graveyard lilies, not naming then what I saw. The belly stitches where brother and I were swift scissored out, breast twice poisoned to destroy invasive cancer colonies, other breast shrunk from hospital side watching bosom buddy die, heart valve replaced by pigs, yet daily building love monuments higher than most people attempt. Surgically embossed cord, ankle to heart, ferrying blood up like Karen, making you swimsuit shy with underworld arteries exposed. The purple thighs where all blood exited on odd days to be cleaned by kidney machine monster. Later your legs hacked off, leaving you fallen tree-like in hospital bed, yellowing, hardening into wood chips, compost. Your body looked like Job's cattle on fire. The smell was too much for unbelievers like me. I was young. What did I know of pain? Mother, 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 listen. Feeling own time jingle, own love blossoming, and own flesh stenciled. I take all poet authority to weed this tress-climbing silence and deem you the most gorgeous, legless, pig-hearted, kidney-failed, belly-cut, rib-lacking, breastless, inversely, intricately arteried human I have ever stood beside, and whisper, I would not be ashamed to carry the same marked beauty as you, if my heart could watermelon to the county fair size of yours, you beautiful, beautiful angel. Curtis, do I have like 2 minutes?
Yeah, you have 2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes. These are more fun. Those are fun too. I've got these princess poems about their little, yeah, this woman, the princess. Anyway, she's up in the castle, and there are thorns and vines and shit like that, and she's been brought up in a pretty religious community, I think. So this is called Bent on Survival, What's a Girl to Do? Prude Papa smeared Vaseline on each stone in my tower, so the princes tumble into the briar. Wounded they spiral, homeward they forget me. Ignominy. Gossip buzzes in our fields, slant witticisms of stunts that sealed pink locks round my dark and stormy gate. Men storm in to save me, doomed, well speared. I hear naught of them. This height keeps my ears at a ceaseless pop. AM radio asserts the rapture approaches. Rap on my window, sirs, I'm here. When cats fall from ledges, they twist like lithe petals and land with hardly a plop. Jumping princesses, though slim, risk paraplegia. Grim. So I rethink parabolas and the art of the dive, stick my neck out, watch rose-gashed suitors wag off as the radio tutors me in zeal. Restraint. Okay, thank you.